Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
As the court please, my lord, we're happy to announce that the transcriber delivered on the promise that they made, both in terms of the transcripts and the time. The transcripts, additional or the missing transcripts, are now available. We received them shortly after 9, to be precise, at 9:24. The new transcripts range from page 75 up to page 96. So we're looking at about extra 21 pages. We have made a copy for the witness. Copies for my learned friends are still being made. They should be here in the next 15 minutes or so.
So they haven't read, your learned colleagues haven't read the pages from 75 to 96?
Yes, that is so. And they must still be placed in possession thereof. But as indicated, my lord, they should be here any minute from now. They are being copied.
Yeah, but what's important for this court is that all the counsels here must confirm that the so-called alleged missing parts from 75 to 96 are correctly transcribed, and that they comply with the Constitutional Court judgment. It's Chiumi to say that the reconstruction was done properly. Are you with me, Mr. Ramosipiti? Yeah, because if this case goes somewhere else, the clever Alec will say, no, those transcripts, they were never certified by the persons who were allegedly present when the colonel gave evidence. So we can't say the record was properly before the court.
Yes. In fact,
so I'm going to give you 30 minutes to do that. You read the transcripts, page 75 to page 96, and you confirm that, in fact, to your recollection, that is the so-called missing portion, and that the cassette, or if you call it, what's the other word for a cassette?
The CD.
The CD has been, you said it was audible.
Yes, it was audible.
And then it was properly transcribed or transferred to a hard copy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any questions?
My credit must be given to the transcriber, because what they did, they in fact transcribed the whole proceedings for the 30th of August 2023.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the proceedings of the 30th of August from the beginning of the day until
the end.
Yes, until the end of the day.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
And after that, will we be ready? After 30 minutes, how long do we need for this exercise? Mr. Mgomezoli, how long do we need, Mr. Minister?
I think an hour will do, because we need to read and consult as well. Thank you, my lord.
And your witness, how long does he need?
Well, it's 26 pages, my lord. I think.
And the charts, are the charts also available?
30 minutes should
the charts are also available?
We do have copies of the charts. They were handed up as exhibits, my lord.
At the previous hearing?
Yes. So everybody should have copies of the charts. And yesterday we were requested to provide additional copies of the charts to two of my colleagues, which were given to them this morning.
Mr. Ngumal, how long do you need?
An hour. 1 hour.
Mr. Shololo? I'm prepared to give you guys 2 weeks.
My lord, I commit. Not 2 weeks.
Oh, Mr. Miyeki, sorry.
Yes, my lord, I confirm that I'm standing in for Advocate Mshololo today.
How long do you need, sir?
We need an hour.
What's your time, sir?
It's 10:18, my lord.
So when we come back within an hour, are we going to commence?
I think subject to my colleagues who must commence with cross-examination.
Yeah, quite. Mr. Mgomezulu, when we come back after an hour, will you be ready to start?
11:30.
Hello?
11:30.
It's no longer an hour now.
It's actually an hour. It's 11:15.
11:15 we come back. Okay? Sorry I'm late. I was Yes. Have you agreed with your colleagues regarding the
As
authenticity of the record?
a court, please, my lord, copies of the newly transcribed record were received shortly after we've adjourned.
Right.
And each of my colleagues was furnished with the newly transcribed record for perusal.
Right.
My lord, just maybe one or two observations. We suggest that we should use the new transcribed record of the 30th of August 2023. The old version, it's 2 pages behind the new version. For instance, on page 76 of the new record, if we look at the first paragraph, ending with fired in the pistol mentioned in 7.1, that's where the old record ends on page 74.
Right.
And what follows after that sentence, where I'm addressing the court, that is the newly added portion of the record.
Right.
So if we use the old record, we won't be at the same wavelength.
the numbering.
So we suggest that we discard.
Now
the-
you can't
the-
discard it. That's the point.
Yeah, the old.
That's the evidence which was
Yes,
adduced in court by the kernel.
yes.
So what you can do to comply with constitutional prescripts is that both records are encapsulated as his evidence.
Yes.
If it's A, if it's 1, then you'll say 1A, 1B, 1C, just like that, okay? But you don't discard anything.
Yeah, but I think perhaps reference in cross-examination should rather be
Yeah, fine.
made to the
Yeah, you'll say-
newly transcribed record.
Paragraph 2 of the
Yes.
old transcript, this is what you said. Fine, there's no problem with that. But you don't discard evidence
Yes.
which has been adduced in court.
Yes,
Never.
but just the version, my lord, is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
fine.
version is the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing, I know.
Yes, it's just that they differ. As I said, the old version is
That's
2
it.
pages behind.
That's it.
The new version.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Mr. Mgomezi, do you agree with me?
I agree, my lord. I do, my lord.
Yes.
agreed, my lord.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We can then begin with the cross-examination.
Okay, fine.
No concerns have been raised regarding the newly transcribed record.
Okay.
So,
So it's authentic, as I say.
we accept it as authentic.
Okay. Is the gentleman there your expert? Do you know the protocols, don't you? Mr. Mnis, and all of you, I'm asking you. Do you know the protocols about a presumptive witness? It's not supposed to be in court. Sorry.
Presumptive witness.
Are you not going to call him as a witness?
We will, my lord.
That's it. So I'm saying he can't sit in court in terms of the law. You know that.
Even if he's an expert, my lord. And when other...
No, he's a
When the
witness in a
other-
criminal trial.
Yes.
Am I correct, Mr. Baloi? Hey,
Well, my experience has been that expert witnesses do sit next to counsel to guide them in cross-examination. So an exception is made regarding an
Can you give me
expert
that
witness.
decision? Because
Yes.
I'm not aware of it.
as I say, in practice, because that is the whole purpose of having an expert to assist you to cross-examine.
But they've consulted,
witnesses.
that's the point. Haven't they consulted?
Yes. They have, my lord.
Hey, let's check that point.
Yes.
What's your view, Mr. Ngumezulu? An expert sits in court and listens to the evidence, and thereafter he comes and gives evidence.
That's correct, my lord.
Mr.
I am of the same view, my lord. I've seen that happening in other cases, but I'm not
Right, and
aware
then?
of the authority at the moment.
You don't have the authority?
Yes.
I don't think you'll find any. Yes, Mr.
Yes, I'm also not aware of the authority, but I think it should be there. But in practice, and convention has it that when...
Yeah, okay, fine. Yes, Mr.
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, my lord. I've seen it in practice. It's happening.
You don't have any authority over
I don't have any authority
Hello?
of that. I don't have any authority of
Okay,
that.
you can take it from me. There's no authority like that. But you know what? Because you are agreeing, the state and the defense are agreeing to that, I will let it pass. So you can sit, sir. Hello? They say you can sit next to your counsel or your counsels and you can advise them as the trial goes on. That's what you're saying. Okay, fine. Let's start then. Yes, Mr. Ngumezulu then. First to start.
Thank you, my lord. Good day, Colonel Mangena.
Good day.
Colonel Mangena, I'll be more focused on Exhibit X in brackets 13A and 13B. Just want us to start from paragraph 3 of Exhibit X in bracket 13 in bracket A. Just a second. Just want to open the... So, in your evidence, you testified that you received a call from Captain Bentley.
Captain Bentley, yes.
Ubufakazi bakho bushika angiqale lana ke ngizoqala kakhulu ke la kuzibithi u13A no13B lapha ke ku paragraph 3 ushilo ke ubufakazi bakho ukuthi wena ke washayela ucingo Captain Bentley yabo kuyiqiniso.
Yes. What time did you receive that call?
I cannot recall the exact time, but it was around 10 when I received the call.
Isikhathi ke angisasikhumbuli kahle ke kodwa bakunje ngabo 10 uma ke ngithola lolo cingo lelo.
Okay. When you received that call, where were you exactly? Were you in
I was at the
Pretoria?
office at the lab.
Sorry?
I was at the office at the lab in Silverton.
Uma ke ngithola lolo cingo mangisehhovisi ke yona ke ilab eseSilverton.
And where was Captain Bentley at that time when he called?
My lord, when he called me, he was at the crime scene.
Kathi engishayela ucingo ke uCaptain Bentley wayekhona ke la isigameko senzeka khona.
So upon your arrival, you said you are not sure about the time, but it was after 11.
That's correct, my lord.
Shilo ke ukuthi ke isikhathi aqinisekile ngaso ke kodwa ke kwakuwabo 11 yebo kuyiqiniso.
Did you find Bentley or Captain Bentley at the crime scene upon your arrival?
That's correct, my lord. I found Captain Bentley. He was from the crime scene management. He was busy. They were busy processing the crime scene. So I found him. I only informed him that I have arrived. I'm there. But they were busy processing inside. So I waited outside for them.
Yebo ke uma ngifika ke lapho ke ngamthola ke uCaptain Bentley ke kodwa ngafika ke besasebenza ke lapho kwakuwumtshela nje ukuthi ngikhona ke kodwa ngalinda ke ngaphandle ke ngoba babesasebenza.
So upon your arrival, how many members of the task team were there, including Captain Bentley, members of the SAPS that were there on the 27th of October 2014? How many people were there? Precisely the police.
My lord, there was a lot of police officers there at the scene, but I went to Captain Bentley because he's the one who called me, and he was with some of his team members. I don't know how many team members were there, but I recall Lieutenant Colonel Mhlakhe was there,
Mangifika lapho ke ayemaningi amaphoyisa ayekhona ke kodwa mina ke ngaya kuyena ke uCaptain Bentley ngoba uyena ke wangishayela ucingo kanye nabanye ke asebenza nabo ngiyakhumbula ke uLieutenant Kenneth Mhlahlo wayelapho.
Sorry, I'm sorry to interfere.
Yes.
Mr. Ngomezulu, you are saying on the 27th.
On the 27th, that is the day.
On the 27th.
That's correct.
Not on the 26th.
Not on the 26th. According to the evidence.
Because he says he arrived at about 10, 11. On which date?
On Monday, the 27th.
Okay, fine. All right. Thanks. Sorry.
Nake ngafika ngabo 10:11 ngayo umsombuluko wange 27.
All right. Still there with Captain Bentley. You interacted with him. He informed you. What did he tell you?
My lord, when I arrived, they were still busy processing the crime scene. They were busy inside. I only informed him that I have arrived, I'm here. I'll wait for them to finish processing, then I'll go in.
Engafika ngakwenza ke ukuthi ngafika besasebenza ke ngaphakathi kwaba ukumtshela nje ukuthi ngikhona ke ngizomlinda ngaphandle ke baze baqede.
You never had any discussion with him except to report to him that you have just arrived.
I never had any discussion with him when I arrived, but I started talking to them when they called me so that I can come in and start processing the scene with them.
Akukho ke engakhuluma noma engaxoxa naye ke mangifika kwakumtshela nje ukuthi ngikhona ke ngizolinda ukuthi bangibize base impela ke bangibiza ke ila engaqala khona ukukhuluma bese bengibizela ngaphakathi ukuthi ngizoqala ukusebenza.
Are you certain, sir, that there's nothing you discussed with him?
Discussed with them. I'm
With
certain, my lord.
Captain Bentley, are you certain?
I'm certain, my lord. I didn't discuss anything with him.
Yebo ngasiqiniseko sokuthi akukho engakuxoxa ke noma ngakhulumisana naye ngakho.
All right. You mentioned two officers, I believe it's Ntini and you said
I was
Makati.
with Captain Dinian Makati from my
Makati.
office, yes.
Mina ke ngangihamba naye Captain Tini kanye noMahati ababebuya ke kuhofisi engisebenza kulona.
All right. So they also assisted you in the reconstruction of the crime scene.
That is correct, my lord.
Nabo ke abangisiza noma bangilekelela ke ukuthi ukusebenza ke khona lapho kwidawo yesigameko.
Who was the lead reconstructor? Was it you?
That's correct, my lord.
Da umuntu wayehola ke lapho kubona noma kulabo abathathu kungashoyo kwakuyimini.
But were there any positive or active participation of Ntini and Makati?
Makati.
Was there any active participation? Was there any active role they played during the reconstructing of the crime scene?
My lord, I did the reconstruction of the scene, and what they were doing is they were assisting me. If I have to make measurements, if I need anything, I'll ask them to assist me there.
Kwakuyimina ke owayenza ke lapho umsebenzi ke kodwa uma kwakuthi kwakukhona ke ngidinga ukuthi bangisize ngako noma ke mhlambe ukuthatha ama measurements ngangizobacela ke bangisize kulokho.
Are you aware maybe if they've made statements regarding their participation on the 27th of October 2014? Did they make any statements regarding their involvement on that day?
No, my lord, they didn't make statement. I'm the one who made a statement.
Abazenzanga ke istatement nje mayelana nalokho abakwenza ngalelo langa yimina umuntu owenza istatement.
All right. Now, you were called in, you started to process the crime scene. That's when you observed the damage on the door of, on the entrance door of the house and on the floor, correct?
Can you rephrase the question?
Thank you. I'm saying during the processing of the crime scene or reconstructing the crime scene, you observed the damage from the door, the entrance door in the kitchen, and the damage on the floor.
That is correct, my lord.
Yebo ke inkathi sengisebenza ke ila engabona khona ukulimala estabheni kanye naphansi.
Prior to the processing, did you ask questions from any person who was around? or who was in the house? Did you ask any questions?
My lord, on my arrival, I waited for them and then Captain Bentley called me, said, no, you can come and assist. But the first thing that they asked me, they said that they've discovered 2 bullets in the house, but they can only see the bullet damages on the door. They don't know where the first bullet hit. I was standing in front of the entrance.
Ongakwenza-ke ukuthi ngachazela kuBethu ukuthi ngikhona ngase ngilindake uma sebengibizela ngaphakathi ukuthi ngizoqala ukusebenza ila angitshela khona-ke ukuthi-ke babona-ke iy'nhlamvu ey'mbili lapho ey'mbili kodwa akabazi ukuthi eyoqala-ke eyashaya kuphi. Yes.
All right. So you did not see those bullets on your arrival on the 27th?
I did not see them on my arrival.
Yes.
My lord,
At
when
the
I
times.
get, as I'm explaining, when I get to the crime scene, when I'm standing in front of the entrance door, that's when they told me that they have discovered, they recovered the bullet and the fragments. They sure that it's 2 shots fired, but they can only see 1 bullet damage on the door.
Uma ngena sengimile-ke la ungena khona-ke estabheni-ke yila bangitshela khona-ke bayabona-ke ukuthi-ke kune noma-ke isibhamu siqhume kabili-ke kodwa-ke inhlamvu eyodwa bayitholayo nezinye-ke elimele-ke khona futhi nokulimala khona estabheni.
My
But
worry
from
is,
where I was standing, I could see, where I was standing on the entrance, I could see the bullet damage on the tire or the bullet defect on the tire. Then I pointed to them that that's one of the bullet marks that I can see in the house. Then it's 2 shots. I've showed them that one and then the one on the door that they showed me.
Kodwa-ke la engangimi khona-ke ngangibona-ke phansi kuyona-ke uthayela ukuthi-ke nalapho-ke khona inhlamvu eyashaya khona yila engabakhombisa khona-ke ukuthi-ke nina-ke ngitshela ngale eyodwa kodwa nayi-ke eyesibili bese kuba yilena-ke enakalise estabheni.
my worry first say it's about the evidence you're giving now. It's a hearsay evidence. You were told. And I was told that that evidence has been provisionally admitted on the basis that, on the reasons that Captain Bentley will be called to confirm that. But my worry is that that evidence is hearsay. But let's move on. So, when you observed that this there's a damage on the floor and damage on at the door, that's where the damage A1 is the damage in the door, and A2 is the damage on the floor, correct?
That is correct, my lord.
U-A1-ke yila okulimele khona-ke esibhabha bese kuthi u-A2 yila inhlamvu yashaya khona phansi.
So have you measured the distance between A1 and A2?
Between A1 and A2.
Yeah, where the damage on the door, the distance from where there was a damage at the door and the damage on the floor.
My lord, I have measured the distance from A2 to the door, not to the
Yes.
damage on the door, but to the door.
Yes, to the door. Yes.
Mina-ke ukuqala-ke ngakwenza-ke ukusuka ku-A2 phansi ukuya-ke esicabheni, hhayi ukuthi umonakalo lo noma ukulimala kusesicabheni ukuya-ke phansi.
Will I be correct to say that that distance, you said it's 1.19?
I can't recall, it was 1 point. That is correct, my lord.
Yebo kuyiqiniso ngasho ukuthi lelo banga lelo-ke kwaku-1.19 amamitha.
So the damage on the floor, was it in the kitchen or at the dining room or whatever? It's a dining room or sitting room?
It was in the kitchen, my lord.
La inhlamvu yashaya khona phansi kwakusekhishini.
So one may safely conclude and say the shooting happened in the kitchen.
That is correct, my lord.
Umuntu sengayicabangela-ke ukuthi-ke uqhuma kwesibhamu kwenzeka ekhishini, yebo kuyiqiniso.
All right. It's your evidence that according to your observation, the damage on the floor was fired on the 90 degrees, correct?
Yes, my lord, I said it was fired at an angle of approximately 90 degrees.
Kuyiqiniso ngishilo-ke kubufakazi bami-ke ukuthi-ke kulimala noma kule ntambo yashaya phansi-ke uma idutshuka ngathi-ke uma ngichaza phecelezi-ke yadutshuka-ke kwi-angle-ke ongayibiza ukuthi u-90 degrees.
But will you be able to say, if you are able to say it, if you are not, but I will expect that from you as an expert. If it was fired at the approximately 90 degrees, the distance, I believe you call it the muzzle, the last part of the firearm.
That's correct, the muzzle
Yes.
of the firearm, yes.
Can you estimate the distance from the muzzle of the firearm and to the damage on the floor? At what distance was that fire, was that
My lord, it's not possible to determine the distance from the muzzle to the floor.
Uma uthi-ke yadutshuka-ke kuleyo angle ewu-90 degrees, ungasho ukuthi yini-ke le ndawo le ila ngaphambili-ke ebizwa ngokuthi imazili yesibhamu, ukuthi yona-ke ibanga ukusuka kuyona kuyofica phansi-ke la isibhamu inhlamvu yashaya khona, ukuthi cha lokho-ke angeke bekusimo-ke sokuthi ngingakusho ngakuchaza lelo
Alright.
banga lelo.
So, but you can't even say it was a close range shot that was fired.
My lord, it was definitely not at close range to the ground. When you do the distance determination is done based on the spreading of your the bent and partially bent propellant powder that
Yeah.
comes from the muzzle of the firearm. If you find it around the area of the entrance wound or entrance wound, you can be able to look at the pattern, you measure the pattern, and that pattern, you conduct a test, it can give you the distance, how far the firearm was. But that can only be done within the distance of a meter, not more than a meter.
Yes.
Kwibanga-ke le mitha-ke kuya ngokuthi-ke nalana utholani-ke la ngaphambili-ke kuyona inhlamvu la esiphuma khona isibhamu, kodwa-ke ibanga le mitha-ke ila ungathi uthole khona-ke, ngoba bebuza kummeli ukuthi-ke ungasho ukuthi yini yesasondele yini isibhamu phansi la esashaya khona, uthi lokho-ke angeke ube isimo-ke sokuthi ungakusho ungachaza ngaphandleni nje kuleya banga le-1 meter.
But the equipment that you were using to process the crime scene, you had the full equipment, including equipment to determine whether there is a prime residue on the surface or on the body of the person that was shot. You had that equipment.
My lord, we don't do primer residue tests. It's done by LCRC or crime scene management. They are the ones who are taking the primer residue test. And what I want to explain is there's a difference between propellant powder and primer. So those things are not the same thing. If you do the primer residue test, the primer is when you fire a shot, the
Powder.
firing pin of the firearm strikes the primer. That primer ignites, it acts like a matches, whereby it will create flame that will ignite the propellant powder. And after burning that thing, the ashes that comes from that primer are the ones that we'll be looking at to check if there's any primer residue on it. And then for a distance, we're using the unbent and partially bent propellant powder that comes from the muzzle of the firearm. If a shot is fired, not all the powder that is inside the cartridge will be completely bent. Some of it won't bend, but it will be pushed by the gas that comes from the burning ones. So when it exits, it can only travel for about a meter.
Yes.
Then we use that for distance determination.
Ukhuluma ngento embili-ke ezahlukile-ke angichaze ukuthi kunaloko okubizwa ngokuthi-ke i-propellant powder kanye futhi-ke kune-primer residue, into embili-ke lezo ezihlukene futhi akuthina-ke abenza leyo msebenzi leyo yilaba ababizwa ngokuthi i-LCRC noma-ke i-crime scene management, yibona-ke ababhekayo ngoba-ke i-prime residue yile esalela ngasemuva-ke isibhamu sesiqhumile-ke uma sekubhekwa-ke noma ubufakazi-ke kubhekwe kufuna yona-ke i-prime residue, kodwa-ke lokho akwenziwa yithini.
All right. So, in other words, any evidence relating to the test on a primer residue will be given by the officers from the LCR?
My lord, the LCRC and crime scene management, they will only collect it
Yes.
on the hands if they need to collect them, maybe the suspect or the victim or the witnesses. And then they send it to crime, to the lab, to scientific analysis for analysis so that they can check it if there's any presence of primer on the equipment that they use to collect it.
Umbuzo uthi ke manje ke ubufakazi ke ophathelene nayo ke leyo mbuku le bizwa ngokuthi ke primary residue buzokwethulwa ke ilabo okhuluma ngabo LCRC. Bona ke abakwenzayo ukuthi nje uma ngabe ke kunomsolwa abasolwa ofakazi abantu abebekhona ke kuleyo ndawo yesigameko bayabheka yini ukuthi iyatholakala bese ke bayathumela bona ke.
So when you departed the crime scene on the 27th of October 2014, you did not leave with any exhibits?
No, my lord, we don't collect any exhibits from the crime scene.
Yes.
Ngathi ke usuhamba ke usuqedile kwenza umsebenzi wakho ngazo i27 October 2014 kule ndawo yesigameko abukho ubufakazi wahamba nabo cha thina ke asihlanganisi noma sithathe ke ubufakazi kwindawo zesigameko.
Okay, just for interest's sake, I'll ask you why you are not supposed to take the exhibits from the crime scene, if I may ask.
Why am I not supposed to
as
take?
ballistic experts, if there are exhibits, why are you not allowed to take them?
My
Because
lord-
there's a question that I'll ask at a later stage which might be relevant and relate to the same question.
My lord, if I attend the crime scene, I'll attend the crime scene to conduct a reconstruction of the crime scene or crime scene examination. And if LCRC is at the crime scene, their mandate is to document the crime scene and collect all the evidence from the crime scene and send it to the lab for analysis.
Uma ngiyake kwindawo yesigameko okwami ke ukwenza ukuthi ke ngenze umsebenzi ngibheke ke lapha kwindawo leyo yesigameko uma kuukuthi ke kunalabo be-LCRC yibona ke abazobhala ke babasho ke futhi bathatheke nobufakazi bese beyahambisa ke bebunikisa e-lab.
So whether the crime scene was contaminated, terminated or whatever way, that's not your duty to give evidence on such. Say for instance, the crime scene has been contaminated, all right? There were no tapes when you arrived there. Will you be able to give evidence in court that this crime scene was contaminated? Is it your duty?
My lord, when we say the crime scene was contaminated, it depends on what are we referring to.
Yes.
If we say the crime scene was contaminated, how contaminated was it?
Yes.
Then-
I'm getting there. Say for instance, I'm giving you an example. If blood was removed or was wiped from the floor, are we not talking about contamination of the crime scene?
If blood was removed or wiped
Yes,
from
wiped
the crime scene,
by maybe the member of the family or any other person, is that not contamination?
that might be contamination in a way. But depends on what examination are you doing. If I'm doing a reconstruction of the crime scene, and I would expect blood to be there, I already on my report that based on the injuries sustained, I would expect blood to be on this. If the blood was, then I wouldn't say that blood, but I would only say that I would expect blood to be on the scene.
Kuya ngokuthi ke sikhuluma ngani ke uma sisithi ke noma uthi ke ukhona ke okwenziwa ke kwindawo yesigameko noma ke okuphazamisa okhona ke uma uthi mhlambe ke kunomuntu owasusa noma ke owasula ke igazi mina ke uma ngibhala owami umbiko ke ngizothi uma ubuka ke ukulimala lokho bengizolindela ngeke ngithi igazi bengizolindela ukuthi ke likhona ke igazi engalithola ke uma ubheka ukulimala.
So from what I'm going to put to you, I'm subject to correction. But there's evidence that in this court that there was a lady, Mapiri, who was cleaning the house after the incident of shooting. Is that not contamination?
My lord, it can be contamination, but what we are looking at is contamination. Based on which evidence are we looking at?
Sir,
Uma uthi ke angithi ke ngisengalungiswa ke la uma kuthi ngenza iphutha kodwa khona ke ufakazi phambi kwale nkantolo ukuthi ke ukhona ke umama obizwa ngokuthi uMaphiri okuyena ke owa kulena ke khona lapha yana kuya ngokuthi ke yibuphi lobufakazi esibhekayo ke noma ke esikhuluma ngabo.
all right. My question is very simple. And I want you to be specific and precise when you give me this answer. If you say it can be contamination, you are misleading me. My question is, there's evidence before this court that there's a certain lady, Mapiri, who was cleaning the house after the incident. So is that not contamination? Is that not removal of the evidence?
I don't know whether it's correct to put it as high as that she was cleaning the house after the incident.
And when she was clearing the table.
Yes, and there was also water there in the passage.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm subject to correction, because I was not there when she was giving evidence. But the fact that there are certain things that she did after the incident of shooting, is that not contamination?
That's why, my lord, I said it might be contamination, but if he removed some of the object maybe from the crime scene, those doesn't affect my findings. When I do my reconstruction, all the relevant evidence that was on the scene, I found it there. The position of the bullet was there, the bullet holes was there, and I could find all those things.
Kungenzeka ke ukuthi ke mabiza ke lokho ukuthi ukuphazamisa na ke nento yesigameko uma uthi sikhona ke izinto awazisusa ke kodwa lokho ke azange ke kube nomthelela ke kuloko mina ke engakuthola ke mina kuphenyo lami engalenza ke ngathola ukuthi ngempela yayikhona ke imbobo yenhlamvu eyilaphayana kwakhona ke kulimalo kwakukhona ukuthi wasusa izinto ke lokho akuzange kube nomthelela kuloko ngakwenza.
Okay, let me put it this way. Upon your arrival or during the processing of the crime scene, did you see any blood on the floor?
My lord, I did find blood on the scene, and it was in the sitting room or the living room there.
Igazi ngalithola ke lona laphayana cabanga ukuthi ke kuloko kubizwa ngokuthi ke sitting room yakule yandlu.
So there was no blood in the kitchen?
There was no blood in the kitchen.
Ekitchen lalingekho ke igazi.
All right. So let's move on. The tins or the containers of alcohol, did you find them on the table or around in the house? Did you find the empty tins of alcohol?
My lord, I cannot say they were there or they were not there. I didn't check them, I didn't look for them because they are not ballistic related evidence. So I only look at ballistic related evidence on the crime scene.
Ukuthi ke ayekhona kamakani ayengenalutho otshwala aye lapho ke mina angeke ngithi ayekhona ngeke ngithi ayengekho ngoba awahlangene nophenyo engilwenza noma awahlangene nomsebenzi wami mina ongiwenzayo ekungumsebenzi omayelana nezibhamu nenhlamvu.
All right. Now let's get into the lead. You mentioned that there was a lead that was around the hole or the damage on the floor. If I'm quoting you correctly, was there any lead, umtofi, around?
My lord, there was lead, bullet lead. Because when you look at that damage on the floor,
Yes.
it's almost in a circular shape.
Yes.
And what happened is the bullet that were used are the what we call the CMJ bullets.
Lapha phansi ke yebo ke okhona ke uthovu enhlamvu owatholakala ngoba uma ubheka lokwakumala ke okhona lapha phansi uyabona ke ukuthi ke inhlamvu ezasetshenziswa lapha lezi ezibizwa ngokuthi CMJ.
CMJ bullet. Now the CMJ bullet is softer than the tire.
Manje yona ke iCMJ leyo ke ithambile ke kunawo uthayela.
the shot fired in a 90 degree, what will happen? It will be that what we call the terminal ballistics, where you have effect of the bullet on the target and vice versa, the effect of the target on your bullet. Now in this instance, because your bullet is softer than the target, your bullet fragmented, so the lead particles were found around the impact of the bullet, where the bullet has hit. And some of the fragments were dispersed to different directions.
Lana ke ngoba ke inhlamvu kuyiyona ke ethambile ke kunothayela ke ingakho ke owathola ke lo yamthovi ke wenhlamvu ke khona lapha yana phansi kwase kuba yiyona ke manje inhlamvu ethola ukuthi ke kube yiyona ke elimalayo ngoba ithambile kunothayela.
So it is further your evidence that if there was a person next to the hole where a fire was shot, that person is likely to be injured by the...
My lord, I said because it hits at an angle of around 90 degrees, your bullet will hit and it will fragment. Some of the lead fragments will be dispersed to any direction. Whoever will be around that area,
Yes.
there's a possibility that they will be hit by those fragments of the bullet.
Engikushilo ke ukuthi ke nanjengoba ke inhlamvu leyo ke isishaya lapha yana phansi ke izothi ke lo nthuvi ke uma usu sabalala ke noma ubani ke oseduze lapha ke angashaywa ke yiloko kona lokho okubuya kuyona ke inhlamvu uma isishaye phansi.
So there's evidence that there was a lady that was injured, Zandile Khumalo, was injured as a result of the fragmentation of the bullet.
That is correct, my lord. If she was hit by those, it means that she was within that vicinity when the shot was fired, when that bullet hit the tire.
Uma kuwukuthi ke usho ukuthi kunobufakazi obunjalo ukuthi uZandile Khumalo ke washayeka ke uma ukuthi wayeseduze ke lapho yebo ke wayesengashayeka.
All right. Now let's get into you went to, the following day, you went to Germiston Mortuary, government mortuary.
That's
Wait.
correct, my lord. The next day I attended the post-mortem.
Kuyiqiniso ukuthi ke manje ke ngelanga elilandelayo ngase ngiya khona ke emakhazeni ase-Germiston la ekwenziwa khona ke i-post mortem.
So it's your evidence that you took measurements from the front part of the body and the back part of the body.
That is correct, my lord. I did that.
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi ke ngase ngihlala ke umzimba lowo ke ngaphambili nangasemuva.
So your evidence is that from the soul of the deceased, measuring from front, you came up with 1.34 meters. Is that correct?
That is correct, my lord. What I did, I've measured the entrance wound which was on the chest.
Yes.
From the wound downwards to the floor or to the ground, and it was 1.34, approximately 1.34 meters.
Correct.
And then I've measured the exit wound at the back, which was a little bit lower than that, which was of 1.26 meters to the heel or to the ground.
Uma ngikala ke ngasuka khona ke la inhlamvu yangona khona ke la ngaphambili ukuya ke phansi ngathola ke uba 1.34 amameter ngase ngikala ke la emuva ke la inhlamvu yaphuma khona ke ukuyofika ke ezantsi yona ke yayisezantsi kwaku 1.26 meter.
All right. When you measured the door from the floor to the damage, you said it was 1.20.
That's correct, my lord.
Uma ke senkala wona ke umyansona ke isicabha ke ukuya la ukulimala kwakukhona ke ngathi u1.20.
So that means that bullet dropped with 6 centimeters downwards after it came out of the body of the deceased. The measurement from the damage on the door to the floor, you said it's 1.20. Am I correct?
On the door. That's
Yes.
correct, yes.
Sorry?
That's correct, yes.
Yebo ngishilo ukuthi ke la ukusuka phansi kuya la isiqapha salimala khona kwaku 1.20.
From that measurement of from the door, the damage, from where the damage is on the door, what level is that damage on the door from the basin that was next to the door?
From the basin.
Was it in the same level, lower level or upper level, the basin?
It was, I think, the damage on the door was higher than the basin in the house.
Ukulimala ke noma la isiqapha salimala khona ke kunozinki ke uzinki wona ke wawungenzansi kunala isiqapha sase elimele khona.
So, when you took all these measurements, so what type of a tape measure were you using? Is it an ordinary tape measure or is a specific tape measure that you are using?
I was using the ordinary tape measure.
Ngangisebenzisa ke i-tape measure lena ke ejwayelekile ke uma ngikala khona lapho.
Are you in possession of
In possession of
the tape measure right now?
No, I don't have it with me now.
Angiyiphethe ke la mina manje.
I wanted us to take those measurements and see precisely what we have taken as whether this will be the true reflection of your evidence, but we'll organize the tape measure.
Any tape measure.
I don't know, the one that you're using.
At the scene, I was using a normal tape measure, but currently in the car, I've got a laser measurement. Measuring tool.
Ngangisebenzisa ke ejwayelekile kodwa manje emotweni nginale babiza ngokuthi ke i-laser.
No, I want you to use the one that you use on
No, I don't have it with
the
me.
normal one.
I don't have it with me.
Lena ejwayelekile ke angiyiphethe kumina.
Can you organize it? Maybe after lunch or during lunchtime.
I'll see if I can organize it from somewhere else.
Ngizobona ukuthi khona la engayithola khona.
All right. Can we move on to when you received a call on not to receive a call, sorry. On the 13th of November, if not the 15th of November 2024, when you received the exhibits.
2020?
Was it November 15,
Which year?
2014? The first test on the firearm, on the ammunition that was brought to you, when was it done? Was it not November 2014?
Is it on the other report?
Sorry?
Or is it on the other report or the same report?
I think it's on Exhibit B. It says it's paragraph 3. On the 13th of November 2014, do you see that? Sorry?
Which page?
Exhibit X in brackets 13B. Paragraph 3 of that exhibit. It's your affidavit, a 212 statement.
Paragraph 3.
It's paragraph 3. It starts with on the 13th of November 2014.
Page missing.
Page 13B. There's a page missing.
Yeah?
Paragraph 2.6 equals to paragraph 5.
Yeah, on the 13th of November 2014.
Yes.
Yeah, I have it now with me.
Yes, can you please read that paragraph for me?
On the 13th of November 2024, during the performance of my official duties, I received 2 sealed evidence bags with numbers PA 400 3840 341 and PA 500 342715 Juliet from Case Administration Section of the Ballistic Section containing the following exhibits.
Nge-13 November 2014 ngenza-ke umsebenzi wami ngathola-ke ikhwama ezimbili zobufakazi ezivaliwe enale number PA 400384034 I kanye futhi naye-ke PA 500342715J kuwona-ke ababizwa ngokuthi ama-case administration kuyona-ke i-section ye-ballistic naloko okulandelayo.
Right, evidence back with number PA 400 3840 34I containing 19mm parabellum Beretta Model 92FS compact single and double action semi-automatic pistol with serial number BER 190037 and 2 magazines and a black holster and a firearm license.
Ngathola-ke lokho okulandelayo i-9mm i-parabellum i-P Beretta i-model i-92FS bizwa ngokuthi-ke i-compact i-single kanye-ke ne-double action i-semi-automatic i-pistol ene-serial number u-BER 190037 nama-magazine amabili i-holster emnyama kanye futhi-ke ne-license yesibhamu.
So in other words, that was the correct procedure that was followed for you to receive those exhibits.
That is correct, my lord.
Ingabe iyona-ke indlela yokwenza-ke noma kusetshenziswa ngayo-ke lena-ke owathola ngayo lamazibiti yebo kuyiqiniso.
So proceed.
Right, 3.2, it's 6 9mm parabellum caliber cartridges or rounds, not marked.
Bese kuthi-ke u-3.2 awu-6-ke ama-cartridge noma-ke amagobolondo ayo-ke i-9mm parabellum futhi-ke aye ngamakiwe.
Sorry, Colonel, before you proceed, just to interject. You mentioned the firearm license. Did you see the number? Who was the owner of it?
No, I didn't look at the owner of the firearm.
Ukhulumile-ke lana nange-license yesibhamu wabheka yini ukuthi kwakuwubani umnikazi-ke uthi cha angakubhekanga-ke ukuthi umnikazi kwakuwubani.
So this bullet that was brought to you for testing, and the reason for bringing the license, the firearm license, was it to prove that the firearm was legitimate or legal or not legal? Was it to prove ownership, or was it to prove that it was used during the commission of an offense?
My lord, it was sent to be compared with the bullet just to test if it's not the firearm that was used at the scene.
Manje-ke le nhlamvu-ke owayithunyelwa-ke ukuthi uyivivinyeke kanye futhi nayo-ke ilayisenisi kwakuyini-ke kwakuwukuthi-ke ubheke-ke ukuthi yisibhamu esemthethweni yini noma kwakuyini inhloso kwakubheka-ke ukuthi-ke kwakuyisona yini noma kungasona yini isibhamu leso esasetshenziswa-ke kuyona-ke indawo yesigameko.
My concern is the ownership. I want the person who was the owner of that license or of that firearm, because there was a license.
My lord, there was license with it, but I didn't look at the license. I didn't look at the owner of the firearm. My concern was to compare the firearm with the bullet, but not to know who the owner is. Normally when we work on exhibits, we receive exhibits, we work on those exhibits. We don't even know who the owners of those firearms are.
Manje-ke mina-ke ungihluphayo lana-ke ukuthi kwakune-license eyayikhona-ke laphayana ukuthi-ke kwakuwubani umnikazi waleso sibhamu. Okwami-ke yebo ngiyasho-ke ukuthi yayikhona, kodwa-ke okwami akusikhona-ke ubheke ukuthi umnikazi ubani umnikazi, ukuthi-ke ngenze lokho engicele ukuthi ngikwenze. Maningi-ke amazibithi esisebenza ngawo asazi ukuthi abanikazi bawo noma lezo zibhamu lezo obani.
Were any photos that were taken when you received those exhibits? Did you take any photos, or any person took photos on those exhibits, including the license?
No, we don't take photos of exhibits that we receive.
Ingaba sikhona yini ithombe-ke zalawo mazibithi lawo noma labo bufakazi lobo obusebenza ngabo kanye futhi nayo ke leyo license leyo cha asiyithathi ke ithombe zobufakazi esisebenza ngabo.
My Lord, may I approach my colleague, Advocate Baloyi? Yes. Thank you, my Lord. Sir, I just verified the information relating to the license of that firearm. My colleague has confirmed that firearm belongs to Chico Twala.
My Lord, I don't know who the firearms owner is.
Ngicela ke ukukhuluma manje ke nomshushisi uyavuma ke ukuthi leso sibhamu leso kwakuyisibhamu sika Chico Twala uthi mayiphendula ke angazi ukuthi kwakuyisibhamu sikabani.
This one bothers me because Chico was not in the crime scene when this offense was committed. My concern is why did they take Chico Twala's firearm for testing if he was not in the crime scene? That's what bothers me. Because you said the purpose of bringing or to do examination was to determine whether the exhibits that were found in the crime scene matches with the ammunition or of a particular firearm. A firearm that was brought to you belonged legally to Chico Twala. My question is, if Chico Twala was not in the crime scene, or maybe let me reserve it for Kininda. I'll reserve it for Kininda, that question.
My Lord, I do not know who the owner of that firearm is, and it's not the only firearm that I have received to compare with this bullet.
Okumhluphayo ke lana ukuthi ke uChico Twala ke ngathi ke kwenzeka isigameko lesike wayengekho ke lapho. Sengihlusha ke ukuthi ke ngoba ushilo ke ukuthi ke inhloso ukuthi ke uqhathaniseke ukuthi ke leyo nhlamvu leyo wayithola iyahlanganini nesibhamu leso bese ngishilo ke ukuthi angimazi umnikazi futhi akusona kuphela ke isibhamu engasithola ke leso ukuthi ngiqhathanise naleyo nhlamvu leyo.
But what can associate Chico Twala with the testing of that firearm is the presence of Longwe at the crime scene when Senzo was shot. That's how they are linked, Chico and Longwe. Chico is the father to Longwe. And there's a theory that I'm going to prove it later on, that Longwe is the one who fired a shot to Senzo Meyo. So I just want to know.
My Lord, I cannot comment on that one, because as I said, this is not the only firearm that they have sent for analysis or to compare with this bullet. There's other firearms that I have compared with this, and they were all negative with the bullet.
Mina ke ngakutshela kona ke kodwa kuphela ke ongahlanganisa ke uChico nendawo ke yesigameko indodana yakhe ke ekuwulongwe Twala futhi ke ngizokuveza ke lokho kamuva ke ukuthi ke uyena ke ulongwe owadubula ke lapho kwase kushayeka yena ke uSenzo mase phendula ke ufakazi uthi cha angimazi ke umnikazi waleso sibhamu noma akukho engakusho kulokho futhi ke akusona ke phela isibhamu leso esathunyelwa kumina ukuthi ngisibheke noma ngiqhathanise futhi ke zonke ke kwatholakala ukuthi ke zi-negative.
In answering your question, or to address you on the aspect of this is not the only firearm that you are giving evidence on this particular firearm. I'm not asking you about other firearms. I'm mainly concerned about your evidence here, sir.
Yeah, my Lord, the question was specifically this firearm, who's the owner? But I said I don't know the owner, but why is this firearm sent to you? I said this is not the only firearm, there are other firearms. Why is this not the same question with the other firearms, that why are all these firearms sent to be compared if their owners were not at the scene?
Lana ke bengiphendula ke umbuzo ongibuza wona ke ukuthi kwakungani ke ukuthi ke kuthunyelwe lesi sibhamu kuwena ke yila engiphendula khona ke ukuthi ke angangimazi umnikazi angazi futhi akusona kuphela ke isibhamu esathunyelwa kumina ke ingani ke loyo mbuzo loyo ungawubeki ke nangezinye izibhamu lezi engithi nazo zathunyelwa kumina.
Okay, it's fine. I'll do so as you so please. But let me just put it this way. Let me just address this part. At this time, on the 3rd of November 2014, Brigadier Kininda was not the investigating officer in this case. Do you know that?
Yes, I know that, my lord. 2014.
Okay. Ngazo i-3 November ke kuyena ke u2014 uyakwazi ukuthi ke uBrigadier Ginyine kwangasiyena ke umphenyi walicala yebo ngiyakwazi lokho.
And what I've noted, the correct procedure was followed. You received the exhibit from the case administration. You did the testing and the examination of the firearm. As a result, the results were negative. I'm happy about that evidence. And that the fact that I have to emphasize Brigadier Kininda was not an investigating officer at that time. Let's move on.
Sorry, for my own understanding, the assertion now which you are putting, are you linking it to the fact that you say the firearm which was the license of the alleged firearm which he also examined?
Yes.
Belonged to Chico Twala?
Correct.
Right? And then you extrapolate that fact to say that you will tell him that it is Longwe who fired the shot. How do you link the two?
No. I'm saying Chico Twala is the owner of the firearm.
Right? And he's the father to Longwe, you say?
He's the father to Longwe.
Right.
Longwe was at the crime scene when Senzo was shot.
Right.
But Chico was not there.
Right.
My concern is why the investigating officers at that time had to take the firearm that belonged to Chico for examination. That was my main concern.
Irrespective of the relationship of Chico and Longwe.
Longwe is the one, that would be the assumption to say, because Longwe was present, that's the reason why they had to go to Chico's Twala to take his firearm for examination.
Yeah,
but there must be a theory grounded from there.
Oh, I see. So
Yes.
the fact that you are saying, you're putting it to this witness, that you're not actually putting the assertion, you're indicating
Yes.
that theory, which you allude to, says that it is Longwe who shot Senzo.
That's
Did I hear
correct.
you properly?
That's correct.
Okay, fine.
And I'll put it further to you that the firearm that Longwe used to shoot Senzo was a 38 special revolver, not a 9mm.
My lord, there was no evidence of a 38 special revolver or any revolver at the crime scene. The only evidence that was at the crime scene was a 9mm bullet that was recovered.
Okunye futhi engizokutshela kona noma engizokusho kwenake ukuthi isibhamu esasetshenziswa uLongwe ukudubula uSenzo kwakuyi-38 special kwangasiyona-ke i-9mm. Umephendula ke ufakazi ukuthi abukho ubufakazi ukuthi ke noma okukhuluma ke nge-38 special ufakazi ke ukuthi ke isibhamu esasilaphayana kwakuyi-9mm.
I know why I'm asking this question, but these questions are not related to you, sir. To be honest, there were police officers, senior officers, who attended the crime scene just after Senzo was shot. Senior officers, but this is not relevant to you. Let's move on. May I move on, my lord?
Yes,
If
yes.
the court is satisfied with. So now, after the testing, the firearm was negative, and thereafter, now, according to the evidence given by Brigadier Gininda and Mhola, Sergeant Mhola, was that they were appointed in 2018 as the investigating officers under CAS 636 of 10/2014.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to get into your way. You are saying, and the firearm which you tested, which was accompanied by a license,
Correct.
That is correct, my lord.
was negative. You both agree.
Yes.
And now you are saying your learned colleague Baloi informs you that the license of that firearm, of the license which was
Tested.
seen
Yes.
by the colonel here,
Yes.
was belonging to Chico.
That's correct.
Is that also how you understand the evidence?
That's correct.
Right. Now, this court doesn't know that firearm which allegedly was accompanied by a license from which belongs to Chico. What type of firearm is that? Is it a 38 special? Is it an AK-47? Because this you gloss over, both of you.
It has been described, my lord, in
That's
paragraph
what?
3,
No, I ju- but-
3.1.
Yes, we want to hear him say it. Or you tell him that it is this, because you have already told him that long way short Senzo with a 38 special.
Correct, yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that firearm, what was it?
It's a 9mm. It's described in paragraph 3.1.
Paragraph 3.1. It was
It's a 9 millimeter.
One
It's a
9 millimeter
It's
parabellum.
not, it's not a 38 special.
No, my lord, it's not a
Fine,
38 special.
Fine. So that everybody understands.
lana kumehlulo lifuna ukwazike ngoba kukhulunywa ngesibhamu-ke uthi yena-ke akasakazi-ke noma-ke akushiwongo-ke ummeli kanye naye-ke ufakazi ukuthi isiphi lesibhamu ngoba lana-ke kukhulunywa nge-38 manje-ke ibhaliwe-ke la ku-3.1 ukuthi-ke lesibhamu lesi-ke kukhulunywa ngaso-ke lana kuyisona-ke kuthiwa kwadubuka usenzo kwakuyi-9mm parabellum kungasiyona i-38 special.
May I proceed?
Yeah, yes.
So now, as I was putting to you that there's evidence before this honorable court that in November 2018, there were investigating officers that were appointed. That is Gininda, Mohola, Mohane, Mabena, to investigate the docket 636 of 10/2014. I'm just putting it to you.
My lord,
Now,
what I'm aware of, there was a number of investigating officers who were appointed to work on these cases. It's a lot of, I don't know them all, and I don't know when was Brigadier Gininda and his team appointed to work on this case.
Engikutshela kona-ke manje ukuthi ngayo-ke uNovember ka-2018 ngaphansi kwakhe-ke uCAS 636/10/2014 uBrigadier Gininda, uMkhula, uMkhane, uMabena baqokwa-ke ukuthi beyibona-ke abaphenya leli cala. Umephendula-ke uthi-ke baningi noma bebaningi-ke ababephenya leli cala-ke futhi angazi nokuthi-ke uBrigadier Gininda nethimba lakhe bona baqala nini ukuphenya leli cala.
so my point is, the firearm that was brought to you for testing as per your affidavit under paragraph 3.1, that was the only firearm that was brought to you for examination.
No, my lord, as I said, it's not the only firearm that I have
No,
received for
sorry,
examination.
let me rephrase it. Relating to this case.
That's correct.
Because when you receive it under CAS number 636.
That's correct, my lord. That's what I'm saying. In this
In this
specific case,
Yes.
this is not the only firearm that I have examined
that's
or
not
compared to this bullet. There's a number of firearms that I have compared with this bullet.
Bese ngishilo-ke ngaphambilini ukuthi mayela naleli cala leli-ke lesibhamu engikhuluma ngaso lana akusona kuphela-ke isibhamu esalethwa kumina-ke ukuthi ngiqhathanise-ke nale nhlamvu-ke zikhona nezinye ibhamu ezalethwa kumina ukuthi ngivivinyeke noma ngiqhathanise nayo le nhlamvu leni.
But for the first time, to do examination on a particular firearm, it's your evidence firstly that you were called by Brigadier Gininda on the 1st of June 2020, correct?
Which firearm, my lord? Can you rephrase the
No.
question?
Please listen to my question, Kenneth.
That's why I'm
I'm
listening to
saying-
the question.
For the first time, you were called on the 1st of June 2020 by Brigadier Gininda relating to 636 case.
Was the first time.
Yeah.
I can't remember when was the first time.
In your evidence, you said
ukuthi ke yiliphi ihlandla lokuqala ifonelwa ke uyena ke uBrigadier Gininda ngoba ke umele unikeza ngedate engeyi-1 zikaJune 2020.
in your evidence, in your affidavits, you stated that you received a call from Brigadier Gininda on the 1st of June 2020, whereby he said there's a person of interest that he wants you to assist him with. Do you remember that evidence?
That's correct, my lord.
Ubufakazi bakho ke noma ke isona istatement sakho esifungele ushilo wathi ke kwakungeyi-1st noma ngeyi-1 zikaJune 2020 uma uthola ke ucingo olubuya kena ke uGininda athi ke ukhona ke umuntu ke awubhekiwe ke noma ke ambhekile ke afisa ukuthi umsize ngaye yebo kuyiqiniso.
Was it the first time to interact with Brigadier Gininda on that day regarding this case?
My lord, it was not the first time I interacted with Brigadier Gininda. Before this, the day that he contacted me, there was a meeting that was held where all the officers who were involved in the investigations were called, and I attended that meeting. So there was a number of investigating officers. That's when I interacted with Brigadier Gininda on that meeting. And then after that, that's when he called me on this incident that you are referring to now.
Ngaleyi-1 zikaJune 2020 kwangasilona ke ihlandla lokuqala uBrigadier Gininda ke noma ke ngihlangana naye noma ngikhulumisana naye ke mayelana nalecala leli ke ngaphambi kwalokho ke kwakunomhlangano owawukhona ke laba futhi ke kwabizwa futhi naba bonke ke laba ababeqhenya ke icala leli noma ababeliqhenya ngaphambilini ke yila engahlangana naye khona ke Brigadier Gininda wase emuva kwalokho ke exhumana nami ke ngalo lelanga lelange-1 zikaJune 2020.
On the 1st of June 2020, when he telephoned you, he requested you to meet at Villaria Police Station.
That is
West.
correct, man.
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi uma esexhumana nami ke ngazo leyi-1 zikaJune 2020 wacela ke ukuthi asihlangane ke police station yaseValeria.
That's where you met, and he requested you. Firstly, before you performed those, according to his request, he requested you if this could be of assistance to determine a person who might be the person who shot Senzo.
My lord, that's correct. He asked me with the height of the person.
Yes.
Will I be able to determine if the person can be the shooter or can be, if we compare it with the trajectory that I have determined on the crime scene, the height of a person, will it make a difference or will it specifically point to a specific person that this person with this height is most likely the person who could have shot this person? And I said, no, it's not possible with the height, because if you look at the person's hand or arm, it can change direction, it can change the height. You can either shoot straight from shoulder level or from any other position. So it's not going to be possible to determine if the person with this specific height can be exclusively say that is most likely the person who could have shot this.
Yena ke wayebuza noma icela ke kumina ke ukuthi ke uma ubheka ke umuntu ukuthi umuntu ungakanani ke fishane mudeke noma ukuthi ke lokho kungasiza yini ukusho ukuthi kungaba uyena ke lo muntu loyo okwaba uyena ke owadubula usenzo. Ngase ngisho ke ukuthi cha lokho angeke kusizeke ngoba ke naso ke isandla somuntu kuya ngokuthi ke sasime kanjani ke ngenkathi sidubula. Ngakho ke angeke uma ubheka ukuthi umuntu ungakanani ukuthi lokho kungasiza ukusho ukuthi ubani noma uyena owadubula.
So in other words, your answer was negative according to the request.
Yes, my lord, I said it's not going to be possible, but let's try and see what we can get from the height of this person.
Ngasho ukuthi ke lokho ngeke kwenzeke kodwa ke asibheke ke sibone ukuthi singatholani ke uma sibheka ke lo muntu ukuthi ungakanani.
So what Brigadier Gininda asked you, was it part of your job description?
That is correct, my lord.
Lokho awayekubuza noma ecela kona ke ukuthi ukwenze uBrigadier Gininda ingaba kuyingxenye yini yomsebenzi wakho? Yebo kuyiqiniso lokho.
So you agreed on the 1st of June 2020, you went to Vilera police station where you met my client, Sibia, correct?
That is correct, my lord.
Yebo ke ngazo i1 zika June lezo 2020 ngase nivuma ke saya eVilera police station ila esahlangana khona ke naye uSibiya.
So you took the height of Sibia, it was 1.7 something.
I can't recall the height, but yes, I did. I took the height of Sibian.
Angisakhumbuli ke ukuthi uma ngikala ke uSibiya ke ngatholani ke kodwa yebo kona ke ngakwenza lokho.
You took also the height, you measured the shoulder,
The
from
shoulder
the
level.
shoulder to,
That is correct, my lord. I did that.
Ngakwenza ke lokho okusuka ke ehlombe
and you also measured the elbow.
That's correct, my lord.
nayo ke indololwane.
What was your conclusion? Was he a person at that time after you measured him?
My lord, as I said, it wouldn't be possible with him. The way if a person, let's say, a short person to hold a firearm, we look at the trajectory, how the trajectory was. If it's from the shoulder level, there could have been a gap in between. If it's from the hip level, so it could be any angle. So with your arm, it can be from shoulder, hip level. You can raise it any level until higher than your shoulder level. So it's not going to be possible to say.
Even ngapho ngasho ke nakho ukuthi angeke kukhonakale ukuthi ngisho ke ngoba ke kuya ngokuthi ke kungaba noma kuyiphi ke level noma ke kula ehlombe ke uhle uze ke kanzi kodwa ke ngakho ngasho ke ukuthi nje kwakuzoba into leko engeke ke ukuthi ingenzeka.
But as you say, that exercise was of no assistance. There's nothing that could assist Brigadier Gininda to make a conclusion that it could be Sibia who fired the shot.
That is correct, my lord. I couldn't make any conclusions from that.
Ingakho ke kulokho ke akukho ke engakwa ukuthi nje ngifinyelele kona ke ngisho ukuthi ke ngempela ikona noma ke ngaba uyena.
On the 17th of June 2020, you further received a call from Brigadier Gininda to assist you with another person of interest in Pretoria North, correct?
That is correct, my lord.
Ngazo i17 zika June 2020 waphinda futhi ke washayela ucingo ke uyena uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi ke ulekelele ngomunye futhi umuntu ke ambhekile ke ePretoria North yebo kuyiqiniso.
You did the same exercise.
That is correct, my lord.
Nalapho ke waphinda futhi wenza ngaleyo ndlela ke yebo kuyiqiniso.
You were with Brigadier Gininda. You
I
were
was
with
with-
Brigadier Gininda when you conducted the second exercise.
The first one I was with Brigadier Gininda. The second one, I think I was with Sergeant. I met Brigadier Gininda, but when I conducted the test, I was this Sergeant, I think Sergeant Mohan.
Yebo okoqala ke nganginaye ke uBrigadier Gininda kodwa kulena manje ke yangazo i17 zika June 2020 ngahlangana naye ke uBrigadier Gininda kodwa ngicabanga ukuthi mase ngiyokwenza ke umsebenzi nganginaye uSergeant Mohan.
That's fabrication. Let me put it to you. You are now fabricating evidence. That
I'm not
is
fabricating evidence.
That is not in your affidavit. Unless you show me that you were with Mkhane. That's fabrication. And I'll tell you why it is fabrication. Why is it not contained in your affidavit? I listened to your evidence, to the records. You never mentioned Mkhane.
My lord-
You said, let me be precise what you said. You received a call from Brigadier Gininda on the 17th. You did the same exercise. You use you in a plural form. You did the same exercise as you have done with Sibia. That's what you have said.
My lord, with Sibia, I said, I received a call from Brigadier Gininda
Yes.
to meet him there. I met him there. When I did the measurements, I think Sergeant Mohan was also there. I didn't mention Sergeant Mohan.
May I refer you-
The same thing is Pretoria North. In Pretoria North, I met with Brigadier Gininda. And when I conducted the test, I was with I think Sergeant Mohan was also there, but I'd never mentioned him again. When I conduct the test, I don't mention the person who's with me there.
Engikilo ke la asukuthi ke ngiletha obunye ke ubufakazi ukuthi ke yebo ngathola ucingo kuyena uBrigadier Gininda khona ke uma ngizohlangana naye ke uSibiya ngishilo ukuthi ke uyena ongishayela ucingo kodwa ke angimchazanga nalapho lo Mkhane wayekhona ke nokwesibili ke futhi shayelwa uyena Brigadier Gininda Mukhane khona ke angisho ke ukuthi nganginobani uma ngenza ke yona leyo test leyo.
So you say you met Gininda where? Brigadier Gininda where?
He came to the station also.
Sorry?
He came to the station also.
Naye go Brigadier
Pretoria North.
Pretoria North.
Station Pretoria North.
That's the reason why I'm going there. That's the reason why I'm going there. Mukhane was not mentioned in your affidavit. I listened to the records. Mukhane was not mentioned as being present when you were taking measurements from Tanzi. But you mentioned now that Gininda was present at Pretoria North. Is that your evidence?
As a court, please, my lord, I don't think it's fair to say that the witness is fabricating. If we look at the record, the very same record that we've just received of the proceedings of the 30th of August 2023 on page 53, at line 17, witness testified as follows. Right, on 17 June 2020, the investigating officer, Brigadier Gininda, called me again.
53.
He said he's got a second person of interest who can be a suspect in this matter, and the person was in Pretoria North, South African Police Services. And I said, let us do the same exercise to see if we can see the difference between the two people. I did the same exercise, and it was Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi. I did the same exercise. I took the height. His height was 1.86 from shoulder level and 1.55. And then the elbow was 1.19. And so on. So the witness didn't say who was present, my lord. He just says, as he's testifying, he was called by Gininda, but as to who was present when he conducted the test, it's not mentioned here. Now he's saying today that Mukhane was present. We submit, my lord, that it's unfair to portray his evidence as being a fabrication.
Lana ke umshushisi uthi ufunda ke kulama record ke aqeda ukulethwa namhlanje ke azo i-30 August 2023 ila ashoyo ke khona ke ufakazi ukuthi ke ngase ngithola ke ucingo kuyena ke uBrigadier Gininda wase engitshela ukuthi kunomuntu wesibili ke ambhekileke naye ke futhi ke osengaba uyena ke umsola kulecala futhi ke loyo muntu loyo use Pretoria North kumaphoyisa akhona ke ngase ngithi asiphindeke senze ke lokho besikwenzileke siboneke umehluko phakathi kwalabantu ababili ngaphinda ke lokho ongangikwenzile kwakuwubongani Sandiso Ntanzi ngenza ke futhi lokho ke ngatha ngamkala ke kwaku 1.86 emahlombe kwase kuba u1.55 endolo kuyona ke indololwane lana kusho umshushisi ukuthi ke yebo nanje ngoba ufakazi esho ukuthi lana ke akashongo ukuthi wayenobani yiloko futhi akushoyo namuhla ke uthi ke waye kanye naye uMukhane.
Now I want to heal my colleague. Mukhane was not mentioned. That you took the same, you performed the same exercise with Sergeant Mukhane. That's what I'm saying. That is not mentioned in the records, neither in your affidavit. Correct?
My lord, I did the same exercise with all the accused in the case, and I've never mentioned any of the members, police members who were with me at the scene. I only said I received a call from Brigadier Gininda, who said I must come and do that, and I went there, I did that, but I don't mention. Normally when I do this, if Brigadier Gininda is the one who called me, I'll go and attend with him. If you look at my reports on the crime scene, I said I was called by Captain Bentley. I've never mentioned Lieutenant Colonel Mthatho that was at the scene, but she was there at the scene.
Lana engakwenza nokuthi ke ngashayelwa uyena ke uBrigadier Gininda ucingo kodwa angisho ukuthi nganginobani inkathi ke ngenza ke noma ke ngenza ke leyo test leyo futhi ke yilokho ke engikwenzayo ke ngishilo ukuthi nangenkathi ngifonela uyena ke uCaptain uBentley ukuthi ke noma ngafonela uyena kodwa ngishongo ukuthi uKenneth Mhlahlo wayelapho kodwa wayekhona uMhlahlo khona lapho yilokho ke engikwenzayo.
But is that your evidence that Brigadier Kininda, you met him at Pretoria North?
That's correct, yes.
Yebo ubufakazi bami lobu ukuthi ngahlangana naye ePretoria North uBrigadier Gininda.
During the performance of that exercise, he was not present around Brigadier Kininda.
He was not present.
When you were taking those heights, those measurements from Tanzi, he was not present.
I can't recall whether he was with us or but
Where did you exactly meet Kininda at Pretoria North police station?
we met in one of the offices.
uBrigadier Gininda ngeke ngibe naso isiqiniseko noma wayekhona yini ke uma ngikala yena ke uNtanzi kodwa uma sihlangana ke sahlangana kwelinye lamahhovisi.
But you are certain that Brigadier Kininda was on the 17th of October, 17th of June 2020, he was at Pretoria North police station. You are certain?
Because I received a call from him, he said we must meet there. I went there to meet him there. And
Are
then-
you certain?
Well,
sir?
That's why I want to explain.
Ubaba wangifonela ke uBrigadier Gininda ngazi 17 wathi asihlangane khona lapho.
I don't want to explain. You'll explain. It's your right to explain. But my question requires yes or no. Are you certain that Kininda was present at Pretoria North on the 17th of June 2020?
My
In
lord,
one
I'm-
of the offices.
My lord, I'm not going to answer a question where I'm told to say yes or no. I need to explain.
Okay, explain, but I want to know whether you are certain or not.
My explanation will go to that. As I
Sorry?
said, I went there. I received the call from him. I went there and I met with him there. I did the measurements. So I'm not sure whether when I do the measurement, I can't recall whether when I do the measurements, he was there with us or he was still in that office or he was.
Engikushoyo ke ukuthi ke ngathola ucingo kuyena ke wathi asihlangane khona lapho ngaya ke khona lapho anginaso ke isiqiniseko ukuthi uma ngathi ke sengikala ukuthi wayekhona ke noma wayesasele kwelinye kulelo office lelo engithi ngahlangana naye kulona.
The reason why I'm putting more emphasis on this question about the presence of Brigadier Kininda is just that his colleagues, Sergeant Mkhola and Sergeant Maben, sorry, my lord, and Sergeant Mohani, they deny that Kininda was there in Pretoria North. And even Tanzi, when during trial within the trial, he said Brigadier Kininda was present at Pretoria North on the 17th of June 2020. And this is confirmed by you that Brigadier Kininda was present, was at Pretoria North on the 17th of June 2020. This is confirmed by you, in contradiction with what Mohane, Mohola and Kininda are saying. But let's move on.
Isizathu ke ingoba ke wena ke uthi ke uGininda wayekhona umhola kanye naye ke Mohane bathi cha wayengekho uNtanzi ke nkathi thula ubufakazi bakhe lana washo ke wathi uGininda wayekhona ke khona lapho.
My lord, may we take a long adjournment?
What's the time now? Can we go at past? Can we go at past?
I requested the Colonel to get the tape. I'm not sure if you can get it within 30 minutes.
Hello?
I requested the Colonel,
Yes.
the witness, to get the tape measure. I'm not sure if you will...
Are you going to find it here or at the police station?
My lord, the
Pretoria.
only place is where I can get the tape measures at the office, not here.
Hello?
The only place where I can get the tape measures at the office, not
That's
here.
what I thought.
But if Silverton is not farmers. Lunchtime, you can take an hour.
Yes, Mr.
I've got a laser measurement that we can use.
Yes.
Yes, Mr.
Just before we adjourn, my lord, we just want to refer
Is that
you.
about the correction?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it.
Villeria.
Villeria.
The 1st of June 2020, it was at Villeria where he met Gininda.
Sorry, are we re-examining?
Hello?
No,
You're
we,
still under cross-examination.
Yes,
Now,
no.
I'm done with that aspect.
no,
Mr.
we,
Manu.
we are objecting. We say, my lord, that proposition that was put to the witness is not correct. the witness testified that on the first occasion, on the 1st of June 2020, at Villara Police Station, that's when he met Gininda. And on the 17th of June 2020, that's when he said he only received a call from Gininda, and that Mohane was present. My learned friend is making an incorrect proposition to the witness.
No, but...
Okay, fine. You can argue that.
Yeah,
You can argue that. The record has it.
yes.
So when you argue, you can say you were incorrect, blah, blah, blah. So he's saying you can only get the tape in his office.
That's correct, my
But
lord.
at the moment, you've got a more sophisticated, accurate tape, a laser beam,
That's correct, my lord.
which actually
It's more accurate than the tape.
more accurate. Yeah, so what do we do? That's his assertion that he can only get a tape. But you are saying he can get a tape anywhere else.
He must, sorry, my lord.
Hello?
With respect, I think he must get the traditional one.
Any tape.
The one that he
Not the
uses.
one he used.
Not
Any-
exactly the one he used,
I
but
see.
the similar.
My lord, I'll check in my vehicle. I might be having one because normally I'm using the laser one. So I might be having the old one in my vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Gomezulu, you can go on then, because you wanted to check that. Is that not so? You want us to adjourn at 1:30?
Until 2 o'clock, my lord. Until 2 o'clock, please, my lord.
What time should we attend?
My lord, the accused must also have their meals. We suggest that maybe we should resume at 2 o'clock.
At 2. Okay, fine. 2 o'clock then.